what it means to you to be here in camp, what this Gold Cup could mean for your own progression as a player. And you've been linked obviously to a lot of moves to Italy. What do you think of that possibility, and what it would mean to you to kind of take that next step as well? Thank you.
Yeah, it means everything for me. I think I grew up in the youth national team system, and your one goal when you go to youth camps is to make the men's national team. So for me, I took the full progression, and I'm happy to be here, and it's a really proud feeling that you get putting on the crest, and I'm happy to do it with the men's national team. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good experience for me. I think not many people get to represent their national team, and I'm doing it at such a young age, so it's a really special moment for me, and hopefully I can do well enough. And yeah, I think I'm ready for this moment, and in the end we want to win the trophy.
Next we'll go to Sean Goodwin from the KC Star.
Thanks, Michael. Booze, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, I know we chatted last week and whatnot, and you were talking about the pride of playing for a national team and whatnot, but now you're finally there. You've had a couple of practices. Just what's it been like with Grestiga boys, and how's it been different to a normal practice section, would you say, compared to Sporting KC?
Yeah, obviously, it's all the best players in the country. I think it's going to be a high level no matter what, and it's intense sessions, but it's something that I like. I want to get used to, and to be the best player you can be, you have to play against the best, and that's what's happening right now. Is we're working for spots, and we want to play, and we want to win in the end. So it's been really intense trainings, but it's something that I've been prepared for, and I've been working towards, and I'm just excited for the games to start. But the trainings have been really good, and I've seen a lot of talent that we have, and I'm glad I can fit in with them.
We'll go to Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Hey, Gianluca, appreciate you taking the time. Just in some ways it feels like it's been a rapid rise for you, given your age and the records that you're setting kind of and whatnot, but it also feels like it's kind of been a long time coming in some ways, just because you're someone that people have kind of seen grow up and grow into yourself as a player. It's been 4 years since you signed with Sporting Kansas City, 2 years since you kind of broke up in MLS. Looking back at your road and the sacrifices you made to get to Kansas City and the work you've put in, how do you kind of come to grips with this opportunity and what it means as sort of the next step for you as a player?
Yeah, like you said, I think I've done a lot at a young age, and when I signed when I was 15, I always wanted to make my national team debut, and this is the next step for me, really. I think when you're 15, you think about just getting on the field and making your debut for your MLS team, and then a couple of years later, you're trying to get in the starting lineup and be a consistent starter, and now I did that this year. Now my goal was to make the national team, and that's what happened. So I think it's a really big step for me, and I think my career, I've been really lucky with all these accomplishments at such a young age. I think I'm really lucky to have that happen, but I'm just excited for what's next for me, really. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited for the tournament and to get to the final, but I think my next step is going to be even bigger, and I'm looking forward to it.
Next we'll go to Joe Serrera.
Gianluca, good to talk to you again, as always, from Greensboro. What's your role going to be with this team? What has Greg Berhalter told you about what his expectations are for you, what kind of role you're going to be playing, and what do you want to get out of this tournament as a team and an individual?
Yeah, I think obviously I've been playing the midfield this whole, my whole career, really. So obviously we both see me in the midfield. If that's the 6 or the 8, that's I've been practicing in both positions there. So we'll see. But I think he just wants me to really show myself. I think he called me up for a reason, and I deserve the call up. And now it's time for me to show that he made the right decision, and show everybody really that I can do it on a national level. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward as is making that next step and showing I can not only do it in MLS but do it at the highest level, and that's for your national team. So I'm looking forward for that, and hopefully he's looking forward for that and to call me into the future camps.
Next we'll go to Ivan Skolarcev from SBI Soccer.
Gianluca, this is your first camp with Greg Berhalter and the senior team, but there's always been talk in the past about the synergy between the senior team and youth teams, and I'm kind of curious, did your time with U17s help at all in terms of your kind of getting a sense or taste for the style of play that Greg wants to play? And in terms of your overall game, how much did Peter Vermees, or has Peter Vermees kind of helped you kind of appreciate and develop the defensive side of your game? Because you've been an attacking player from day one, but it seems like the defensive side of your game is you've really kind of strengthened that and balanced that out.
Yeah, I think from the youth national team, it's a a little replica of the first team. Really, I think they try to build it to treat you as an adult and treat you as how it's going to be when you get to the men's national team. And obviously it's not as intense or as high level as the men's national team, but they try and it really helps you. And guys coming up from the youth teams, it's a smooth transition when you make it. So that made it easy for me. And obviously I know some of the staff from other camps and everything, so that definitely made it a lot easier. And Peter has been great for me. I think he's been my coach my whole professional career, and he's been excellent for me. He's taught me more attacking wise, and especially this year he's helped me defensively. I've been playing the 6 a lot, and he's always been big on the defensive side of the game, and I think that's something that I can improve on and still am trying to improve on. And he this year especially has really worked with me on that, and just taught me how to keep my intensity up and always be focused on the game and be ready for anything. And that's something that I've been working on also, but he's been huge for that. And obviously it's helped me out a lot, and now I'm here and I can take what I learned from him to this camp.
We'll go to Brian Sciaretta from American Soccer Now.
Gianluca, thank you very much, and thank you, Michael. How much pressure does this team feel with keeping up the momentum left by the Nations League squad? It wasn't too much of an overlap of a roster. And what did you learn from watching that win over Mexico? What did it do for the program? And finally, how tough do you think it will be to crack that roster for World Cup qualifying? What kind of performance is it going to take from you and your teammates to really build a case to be part of those teams coming up later in the year?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of pressure. There's always pressure when you play for your national team, especially when it's at home and you're playing into your home fields and everything. There's always going to be pressure. So I think everybody knows that, but I think we're trying to put that behind us and trying to just play our game. I think we're focused on making it to the final and winning, and that's what we're going to do. And I think coming off a big win in the Nations League, it shows that we can do it. And it may not be the same group and anything, but it just shows the passion that we're playing with now, and showing that we can do it. Especially there were a lot of young guys also on that field playing against a final like that. That's big. So it shows us that we can do it, and with the right amount of work and passion, we can do the same thing, and that's what we're going to try to do. And obviously it's going to be hard for anyone to make the World Cup qualifying roster. I think for me especially, it's my first camp, so I think I'm taking this as kind of a trial for that. I want to play well enough to where he has to call me into qualifying, and that's something that I'm focused on, and one of the things that I'm trying to get out of this camp.
We'll go to Aaron Ladd.
Hey, appreciate the time here. You kind of talked about this being your first camp and a lot of things coming full circle and a lot of accomplishments at a very young age. What role does Kansas City play in that, and having this event happen kind of in your home backyard, training at the home facility, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think I've grown up here, so it's special to me. My first camp is in my pretty much hometown, really. It's where I grew up. They taught me pretty much everything I know about soccer, and taught me how to be an adult, really. So I take pride, and it has a special place in my heart. So for me to be representing my country in my hometown, pretty much, it's special. And I don't think a lot of players aren't ever going to experience that, and I'm experiencing it at my first camp. So I'm pretty lucky in that sense, and I'm excited to kind of get out there on my home field and see the fans wearing national team jerseys instead of sporting jerseys. So something I'm looking forward to, and I'm excited to see it.
Sanjay, you'll be next.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Gianluca. Gianluca, this is obviously a big opportunity, but is it any different than you had expected before because of the ongoing transfer speculation? Is that distracting at all? Is it making it any tougher?
No, not really. I think I've kind of learned how to put that behind me. I think right now I'm focused on the Gold Cup, and that's that's how I always look at it. When I was at Kansas City, we were playing MLS games. That's what I was focused on. I think that stuff will figure itself out. I think I have people around me who can handle that for me, and I think my main focus is just on playing soccer, and right now I'm focused on the Gold Cup and playing as well as I can, and then after maybe I'll think about it more, and that's something my agent has to think about. But right now I'm focused on the next training and the next game, and that's where my head's at.